Hey, Tej here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on a bit higher time frame and looking at this higher time frame scenario first. Now we got two ideas overall here for this structure starting around the 18th of June, and yeah, let's get into those. Now, two ideas overall is that we have some kind of three-way move here. It doesn't really matter at the moment anymore how you're going to be labeling this structure. The main point is it is a three-way structure starting from these lows here of that June 18th and ending here at August 15th or 14th. And that is it. It's a correction against the trend that we had. And either we are continuing the trend downwards here or there is something else. This is the something else, a WXY into a W and then ABC here into X, and then we would be looking for higher prices for that wave Y. Again, this is certainly a five-way move, which is again basically the very first sign here on this whole structure that we've had that looks impulsive very, very clearly. So yeah. There is just two of these scenarios overall. So that is good to keep in mind. Now, before getting into too detail in here, this is the main idea here that we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that third. We have the lowest RSI here, and then we would have wave 4, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that should make some sense. And then we could be looking at this mess here multiple different ways. Now the idea here is that again we would be looking for a divergence between the third of third, which would be this very, very low here, and the third of fifth. Whether it is down here or in here or even in here does not really overall matter. What we're looking for is that divergence happening, and if we are going to get one more low, then we would get at least that double or triple divergence there, which would indicate, okay, time to go up. This is again reserving some kind of a force into the idea that we would be going up because we are building these divergences here. But this last week we've been just sideways action, taking longs on the lows, taking shorts on the tops, and that's how you generally should be playing these wave fours. Now, if this is indeed a wave 4 still, is starting to get really, really long. If we are comparing it to this higher time frame 4 here, we could be looking at one-to-one extension here, which is already way overdue, or we could be looking at it from basically here, and it still is overdue unless we make the wave 4 up in here. And again, the wave 3 would be here. Now, neither of these scenarios are to my liking. I do like the idea of having this completed down here. Now we would be looking for an ABC upwards or something else. But let's take a look at these options here on very local time frame and see the invalidations for all of them. Now this is the bearish count in which we are still going to continue downwards here into the fifths. Again, wave 4s of higher time frame is around the same area. We don't need to be expecting this bearish count to happen, but again, this is the one that explains why it's going on if we are breaking these current lows that we have here. Now, in this one, again, like in the other counts, we have this as a 1, 2, 3. Then we would have ABC expanded flat here into the wave 4, and again, another 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, the reason why I have it like so is, again, we have this as a very impulsive structure. This can be viewed as an expanded diagonal, although not the best look, to be honest. Also possible that instead of 1, 2, 1, 2 here, we would have this just as a 1, ABC, or a WXY into that wave 2. At that point, again, the wave 2 here would be very extended in time, but again, it is still possible. It might be more likely than having that expanding diagonal here. Now, after that point, again, we have a clear five-way structure in here. I'm not quite sure if that wave is done here. We almost reached the 0.5 retracement here on this very short pullback. But again, with the time consideration, I don't think that could be, that is likely to be the case, that it is done. In my mind, it is better looking to have something like this here into that wave 2 here. And then we would be dumping down. But again, I don't prefer this count unless we are going to be breaking these lows here. Then we have this kind of count, in which again, the very same structure here as an A, B, C into that wave 4. But instead of continuing downwards, we would have this as the wave 5. We don't have that truncation here, as I was probably talking about earlier. But again, we do have that third and fifth here. Fifth is lower than third, so there's no truncation. The wave B here is just lower than the wave 5, and sometimes that happens. Now on this case, or on this scenario, we would be looking for this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave 1, 3-way pullback into wave 2, and then again looking for higher prices. This can be viewed as a 5-way structure if we are looking at very closely and labeling this out. We are looking this as a wave 1. This would be 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whether the 3 and 5 would be like so, I think it is, because we do have the highest divergence or highest RSI here on very low time frame, and that divergence between these two peaks, and then some kind of wave 4 here down to these lows, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a mess here because we had that I can't remember what kind of release of data it was here, but we created this very much of a choppy move here up to the tops. So I feel like we have to ignore that just to get us this count going here. And this would be again a wave 1 of something if we want to be more bullish. And that's that. That's that. Yeah. I don't see this wave 2 getting further. Of course, it is possible, but we don't need to be. We don't need to be moving this wave 2 over here. At that point, again, that wave 2 would be very long in time in comparison to this wave 1, so it just doesn't have the right look. What else did we have here? This was the one that we went through, so then we have this. It's basically the same as the other scenario, but in here, instead of the wave 4 being up in here, we would have it previously completed, and we had 3, 4, and 5 here. This would also end the higher time frame counts earlier, and this would be labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, this was still going to be a 5-way move, so we have to get a partner leg, and the only partner leg I can find here at the moment is this one, so we would have this as an ABC. Does not really matter. Both of these counts are saying that our wave 2 is here, so it does not really matter which count you would be preferring, whether this, again wave 2 here, or this one, again wave 2 here, with wave 1, 2 in the previous count like so. So yeah, 2 different options, same scenarios basically going forward, so we don't really need to be keeping track of both. I feel like just because of this expanding diagonal here, I am more favoring this count over here, because again, I don't really like labeling those expanded diagonals at all. So again, they are really rare. But yeah, my thinking at the moment is, well, going to the upside. Whether this is going to be a wave 1 or A, I don't know. This definitely has the possibility of being a wave 1, because again, if we are looking at higher time frame, the 38.2, even more higher time frame, there we go. Let's bring this closer. Maybe in here. The higher time frame 38.2, which is again the minimum retracement we want to see for a continuation downwards, is all the way here at 21.7k, around there. And I definitely can see us doing this 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the third, fourth, fifth, and doing something like this. And this would be only the A wave, B, and then C, to get a pretty good look here overall, and then a possible continuation downwards. I feel like that has probably the best look at the moment. But again, we had the other option here where we would end the structure here, and we indeed could be looking for impulse waves off of these lows. But again, time will tell. We'll see what is going on. Most likely next week, I think. I don't think we can hold on to this this range for the next week. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. Hopefully that made some sense. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.